The overpriced used car epidemic. Me personally, bruh, I don't know. Like when it comes to like buying like a used car, like you gotta really be careful because a lot of the times some of these like used cars they end up like being like cars that were I mean it's a used fucking car, but like cars that were like previously in an accident, like a terrible accident, and the whole frame is, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bruh. I don't know, bruh. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see the value of getting a used car. Like, unless like you know someone that's like a mechanic and like they can like check the car for you because a lot of times these used cars they are like pretty dog shit. But that's like the only bad thing I've heard about like used cars. But me personally, like getting a used car, like you just gotta, I don't know, you just gotta be wary when you're getting that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Plus, cars nowadays are so fucking expensive for no fucking reason. And then they got this new 2027 model bullshit where they're putting AI in the cars, so where they can just, shut that shit down whenever they want to. Like you could be driving and that shit could shut down, or like you can need to go to the hospital because you're dying, and then they're like, nah, like you're a domestic terrorist. Like, we're not gonna allow you to like drive your car to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some stupid ass shit, bro.
If you thought new car prices were bad, wait until you see how awful used car prices
Whoa. Price drop? This is a price?
still are. Thanks to less buyers purchasing new vehicles due to their insane prices, more and more buyers are flocking to the used car market, which creates more competition and demand between buyers. So much to the point that we have 15-year-old Japanese commuter cars with over 150k miles being listed
Oh my god, over 150K.
for 15 grand. We are absolutely reaching insane
That's crazy. 150,000 miles?
levels of delusion here.
The American auto market has gone high-end, making more profits by selling fewer, pricier cars.
They're literally what's really going on though. It's not even just with this car bullshit. Like everything being expensive in general. These billionaires, they're just pricing us out of everything so that they stay at the top. That's what this is, bro. They're pricing us out of everything because they're getting backed into a corner. People are waking up and people are getting pissed off. And so they're creating as many distractions and creating as many hardships to keep people distracted long enough so they can get away with their bullshit. That's literally what this is.
That also means more consumers than ever will be pushed into the used market, where supply is already tight.
You want to price them at $5,000-$6,000, and they got a savage built title. Like the car game ain't even right no more.
The used car market is out of control. Carvana and Car
$40,000 for a used car is crazy to me. Cause my car, I would probably only get like $4,000. Like my car is worth the same amount as this car. Like my car is worth the same amount, and my car, I mean, my car does have 150,000 miles on it, so it's probably not worth as much. But it's like, it just mind boggles me. It's like, and it's funny because when I try to like, let's say I wanted to trade in my car, literally, like, I'm basically getting scammed because I'm getting way less than what I should be getting. You know what I mean? But then they'll sell it at a high price. Like it's so fucking
Max are
crazy.
trying to sell used cars more than their original MSRP.
Now, thankfully, we're not all lobotomized, and several overpriced used cars have been rotting on dealerships all across America, and in general, sales have been down. And to all these poor salesmen wondering why we aren't bending over backwards for their overpriced slop, maybe just drop the prices, it's simple supply and demand. They used it against us a few years ago.
And all this shit is gonna backfire, bro. It's all gonna backfire.
$100,000 on a Jeep Wrangler. Do these dealerships really wonder why these cars are sitting here? This is a 2024 Jeep Wrangler 392 edition. 2024 still sitting on the showroom floor because guess what? It's almost $100,000.
That's
How about a
crazy.
2023 Hellcat? Almost
Yeah, that shit. That's absolutely insane.
$100,000. Like no one's buying these things. Are they kidding me?
Also, comparing disrespecting car salesmen to disrespecting waiters, that's wild.
I have a theory that the same people who criticize salespeople are the same ones that mistreat servers when they go to a restaurant. Salesmen are here to provide a service and hopefully improve your experience.
Luckily, the comment section's already said everything I wanted to say.
This is a bad analogy. When you walk in and look at the menu, you pay exactly what's on the menu. You don't have to try and make a deal. You don't get screwed over by them putting add-ons on everything and checking out the price of food. Yeah.
A waiter recommending us food and helping us choose something, when they show us the menu, at least we know what they're showing us. The price is going to be the price, and it's going to come out in a timely manner, instead of car dealerships where we're waiting over 6 hours just to suddenly have the price changed by several hundreds or even thousands of dollars from fees and other garbage. Now, of course, is tipping culture a bit insane? Sure, but let's not pretend that's even remotely comparable to getting scammed out of thousands of dollars on garbage interest rates at car dealerships. So no, salesman, no. People who are rude to you guys, vestigial organ of a career, because I
Don't get mad at the people. Get mad at the fucking people who make you sell it. Get mad at your boss, bro. Get mad at the higher ups, bro. Get mad at them.
still
Don't
truly
play with.
believe
Don't get
we
mad at the
don't need car
customers.
dealerships anymore. It is genuinely like a vestigial organ. It is something that's just a relic of the past. Direct consumer should be a thing, and there are companies that keep trying to do it, but lawmakers and other current auto manufacturers will lobby against it. That way we just get trapped in this hellscape. Anyways, we're gonna
This whole shit. It's not even just with this car shit. It's everything in general. It's just whether it's groceries, everything, bro, is up in price, bro. And it's gonna keep going up, bro, because they're doing this on purpose. They're trying to price us out of everything, bro. That's what this is, and it's just only gonna piss off people.
continue this video on, like my Facebook Marketplace reaction videos. So we're gonna look at some insane ripoffs, then get to some good listings before finishing off with some absurd listings to just lift the mood, you know? So on to chapter 1, the ripoffs. Letting kids have access to TikTok was a mistake, but letting dealerships have access to it was an even bigger mistake. Now, of course, the creation of TikTok is the biggest mistake. Bro, getting a Nissan Sentra for $30,000.
That's crazy. Why is that shit $30,000, bro?
$1,000 is highway robbery. My brother and me
It
paid
literally-
a fraction of a that for our Nissan Sentra that we shared together when we were just
And that's the base. That's the base model.
teenagers pulling together money in high school. You don't have to bend over and take all of these fees and then just post a video complaining about it later.
Don't buy it. That's the part that pisses me off. Stop buying. Don't buy it then. Just don't buy it. Don't fucking buy it.
You're the one who still
Don't buy
signed
it.
You had power to change the outcome along the way. They can't force you to buy at these garbage prices, but if
I know, I get it, like maybe you really need the car, but don't fucking buy it.
you're not a vocal person who's willing to fight back, then at the very least stand up and walk out. Make sure to take the papers with you too, so you can just bring it to another dealership, because that alone is a form of negotiation where you can just put those papers down on their desk and be like, hey, beat this price. Post-tariff hype has slowed down to a point where these cars are sitting on lots now. So
As they should.
We're back to 3 million new units sitting at dealership lots. 3 million brand new cars not selling. And there's over 800,000 old units, old inventory, 2025s,
That's a nice ass Hellcat.
2024s, and 2023s still sitting around.
anyone who understands basic and supply and demand should know that the power dynamics are slowly shifting back to us consumers. It's not fully back in our power now, but I genuinely believe we are running out of stupid people. So make these dealerships work for your payment as much as you worked for.
Just stop buying into the system, bro. That's it. Just don't buy into the system, bro. Let these niggas cry and complain. How come nobody wants to have kids? How come nobody, all this bullshit that's going on? Let them cry, bro. Let them fucking sob. Pussy. Fuck you.
Your paycheck.
Fuck you.
This is
Fuck you.
hard-earned cash.
Fuck you.
Spending 3 hours at another dealer to
I'm not spending 30 grand on a fucking Nissan Sentra. You're out of your fucking mind,
save
bro.
$6,000 in fees makes sense for literally 99% of us on Earth, since unless you make $2,000 an hour, then you mathematically are saving so much more by just trying another dealership instead of signing and falling for the
Just don't like it's like people who sign these shits, you're actually dumb. You're actually dumb, bro. There's no way. You saw the subtotal and the price was 30K. That's what
stupid fees.
What the
Like,
fuck?
Yes, it's annoying to sit for several hours, but brother, unless you literally make thousands of dollars an hour, it is worth your time. So hopping over to Car Gurus for a bit, why are 15-year-old Camrys still being sold for 15 grand, or rather regularly listed? Since I know not a
That shit says fair deal, high priced. What the? How does this make sense? Really look at this shit. How is this high price, but this is a fair deal? It's the same shit, and it's only 20,000, 14, 15,000 miles apart. How does that make sense? Oh, you know what? It's a V6 and that's not a V6. Okay, I see what's going on. It's a different model. But even still, it's like, I don't, what the
single one of these units are moving
What?
anytime soon.
and it's not guaranteed that if you, like I said at the beginning of the video, you could get a car and that shit can break down within a week, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They
And then
don't
you're
make cars
fucked.
being sold for 15 grand. They're just being listed as that. And the stupid ass dealerships, like I said at the start, they still have the audacity to ask the question, why is no one buying? Lower your prices. I don't care if these have low mileage for their age. They're still higher mileage than a brand new car. But you know what? Let's actually Google its brand new MSRP back in 2010. These MFs used to cost 19 grand new in 2010. This
Damn.
market sucks so badly that cars 15 years later with way more mileage, way more owners, or even used as corporate fleet vehicles
4 previous owners is crazy. And you're charging a nigga 12 grand? 12 grand?
are getting into accidents cost only 4 grand less. Basically the same price as being brand new, but completely ran through. Completely delusional market we're in. I don't care if it's like a cult classic vehicle either, like an FJ Cruiser. It's a great vehicle still. Really reliable, looks really cool. Still not worth 20-something grand, all right? Get off your high horse. I don't care if it's a collector vehicle. It's still Toyota, and more importantly, it's still several years used at this point. Those should just be driven. Definitely just go check out my previous video as well as my other videos if you're enjoying this video so far, and like and subscribe for more
Oh, man.
weekly epidemic slop. Anyways, I'm so sick of all this hype around recommending Toyotas and Hondas. Like, sure, they're nice and reliable vehicles, and these are
Yes,
some
they are reliable as fuck. But, like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
of the most reliable years for them, but at these prices I just want to vomit, since it's still a Camry and Civic at the end of the day. These will never mentally
they want you to buy the newer car, though, too. They want you to buy it. They, like, honestly, you're better off just buying a brand new car. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm retarded. Maybe I'm retarded saying that. You're better off just buying a brand new car at that point. But the brand new cars, right? They're all going to have that AI surveillance bullshit in it. And so they're going to be able to shut off your car. It's just weird. It just pisses me off. It just pisses
leave
me
my
off.
brain as a 5 to 10 grand car, because it's shocking to me that in 2017, when a 2012 Camry was only 5 years used, it costs significantly cheaper being a 5-year-old used vehicle than it does being like a nearly 15-year-old used vehicle. That makes no sense to me. Like, a lot of these clown listings are for the inline 4 trim. They're not even the V6.
Right.
And they're still asking damn near 14 grand. Get the hell out of here with that. Like, it's
14 grand is crazy.
no wonder why the auto industry is having fewer customers than ever. And you bet your sweet bippy they will continue to get less and less customers until they lower their prices.
In 2026, the auto industry in the US is expected to sell about 1.5 million fewer units than it did when the industry hit record sales about a decade ago. Annual US car sales could fall to 13.7 million units by 2040.
It is the perfect storm, isn't it? It starts with
It's just going to keep getting worse.
population declines. You're no longer a growth industry.
They want things to change, then let's start with changing prices for starters. Otherwise, they better get used to just having less sales. Technically speaking, demographic-wise, we're going to run out of idiots, because there's less and less people being born by the day, and most demographics in first world countries are actually on a decline. This is basically me saying that these automakers and dealerships better be prepared for the long game, because in the next 10 or 20 years, sales might keep dropping, not just
They're going to keep dropping.
because they're going to run out of idiots to go through. They're going to run out of literal people to go through too, when everyone gets a car they're satisfied with. Or in this day and age, there's more alternatives.
We are just in a, like, our society, like y'all, We are so beyond fucked, bro. We are so fucked. It's actually sad, bro. Like like all this shit is fucked, bro. Like,
alternatives than ever. Like, for example, K cars are finally available for sale in the United States thanks to CAFE laws being reworked and more companies trying to actually release smaller vehicles.
This is a brand new car with crank windows, no paint, no radio. Heck, it doesn't even have speaker. It's the Slate truck, and as you might be able
that bitch 24 fucking K with no speakers, you out your fucking mind.
to tell, it costs just under $25,000.
No speakers?
And Gen Z in general has been showing a favorship towards sedans again because they're like, yo,
Right.
SUVs are overpriced. They're also complete infant killing death machines that can't even see like 14 kids stacked in front of it and will completely run over a Lamborghini because that's how big their blind spot is. And for people like me, I'm just gonna keep riding motorcycles, and I wear an airbag, and it's already saved my life once.
Okay.
And even then, I
Nice.
just ride
I drive an SUV. I drive like a compact SUV, like one of the smaller SUV. I have a Jeep Cherokee, 2015 Jeep Cherokee. You know what I'm saying? It's got like 150,000 miles on it. Still runs well. You know what I'm saying? Just keep getting them oil
bikes
changes.
more these days. Just stay off the road entirely to help offset how much risk I'm putting myself in. I mean, with how common flocking is nowadays, I generally just don't care to use cars as daily transportation anymore because it's just a secondary form of ID that the government's gonna abuse and get us into all sorts of trouble. I already talked about that in previous.
Like this whole shit that's going on, all these flogged AI prices are up. They're trying to price us out of everything. You know, this is going to end bad, nigga. Are you fucking retarded? These billionaires are dead ass retarded. Like these CEO, sorry for my language, but it's like these CEOs, these corporations, you're all going to get fucked in the long term. You're not smart. You're not better than us. Drop the prices. Stop stealing all the fucking wealth, or we're not gonna show up to your fucking houses with AR-15s and Glocks, prick. Obviously, I mean that in GTA, right? I don't mean that and for real, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Anyways, back to cars. A lot of people still ask me, what is a good first car? And I honestly don't have a good answer. Just kidding. It's Miata. Miata's always the answer. On a serious note, I do think Hondas and Toyotas are overglazed right now, and Mazdas in general make for a great alternative to buy, not just the Miata. Regarding other Japanese cars, Nissans, especially certain model years, have literal grenades in them disguised as a CVT transmission, so despite being cheaper than Hondas and Toyotas, I don't know if I recommend them the same way I can recommend a Mazda. I do recommend Subarus. They usually are
Yeah, Subarus are pretty
still
nice.
pretty nice. Especially if you know to avoid the Subarus that were owned by Starbucks drinking daddy's girls who missed every single maintenance interval, you're gonna be fine with like actual cared for Subarus that were used. Maintenance records matter, owner history also matters, so make sure you know what
I know people shit on Subarus and shit like that, but they're actually pretty decent.
the previous owner was like. Get the Carfax, or if it's a Facebook Marketplace listing, just get a gauge of them, have a conversation with them because they're actually physically there with them. Regardless, I still enjoy Subarus. I like the Boxer sound, but take a look at Mazda prices if you want something Japanese.
Let's say if I were to get into a car accident or like my car were to break down, I'd probably get a Subaru, bruh. I'd probably just get a Subaru or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's cheap and reliable. And speaking of Mazda, we're moving on to some good deals.
That's me though.
Chapter 2, The Good
Hidden
Deals.
treasure.
I refuse to listen to NC Miata boat slander. Y'all better leave this poor little car alone, and I love it. Anyways, if you want a 6-speed manual car that's not going to cost an arm and a leg in this economy and is basically built to be an autocross machine out the box, a used Mazda 3 or NC Miata is still very affordable. Mazdas in general, you can get like 5 years newer with way less mileage and fewer owners and still pay less than what someone did for an older, more driven, more owners, more expensive used Honda or Toyota.
Only
Okay.
$3,900 for this 2016 Mazda 6, which is $2,500 under Kelly Blue Book. How?
Built to Last, a series designed for someone looking to buy a used car that will go the distance without breaking the bank. Today we're talking about the Mazda 3. I actually own one of these, right there, 23 hatch. Absolutely loved the car. It was fun to drive, felt sporty, interior was nice, and it had zero mechanical issues. Only reason we had to get rid of it was couldn't really fit a car seat in the back. The fuel prices right now, it gets great gas mileage.
Okay. Oh, they got an all-wheel drive model. That's the one I would get. Oh, this one. Oh no, I'm getting the 2.5 liter turbo. The fuck? All-wheel drive. I have to get all-wheel drive. Or I guess they have the front-wheel drive, which that's fine too. But I would get this one. Just cause where I live, it snows. We get storms and shit like that. It snows and all that. So it's like, it's just good all around to have a all-wheel drive vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
And it just looks really, really nice. At a lower price point, this car is a great alternative to a Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla.
Reminder, I'm not a hater of those brands, but in hard times like this, we gotta adapt and stop just jumping onto the overglazed ones and making the situation worse and driving up their prices further. There are alternatives. Mazda is definitely slept on, and I hope it kind of sort of stays that way. I feel like everyone watching this video now knows about it, but both the Mazda 3 and Mazda 6, in my opinion, aged fantastically. They're one of the prettier looking sedans from their era, and they actually drive pretty sporty too, since Mazda actually cares more about suspension tuning compared to Honda and Toyota that mostly work on engine reliability. And as time has gone on, we've learned that most of these Mazdas have gone the distance and will continue to deliver in terms of reliability. So if you can cop a Mazda sedan for under 100,000 miles, it easily has another decade of reliable ownership left.
Shit, I might get me a second car. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
These prices are not
gonna
bad
lie.
at all. Another extremely underrated car for reliability has to be Volvos, with only the modern ones having some electrical gremlins. But to be fair, every car now has electrical issues, since every modern car has 3 smart TVs and a home theater in their passenger seat.
Yeah.
But modern Volvos
Nah, I'm good at the Volvos. I'm good at that. I'm not getting no fucking Volvo. You got your fucking mind.
are
Get the
still
fucking
really
shit out of my
solid
face.
mechanically. However, since this is a video about used vehicles, we're obviously going to focus on the older ones. And the older ones, I tell you what, they're
Ew.
generally built like tanks, and you can still buy them at really cheap prices.
$3,000 is crazy, bruh.
Because people just forget Volvo exists as a brand. You can even buy some of the nicer performance models for the car guys out there. They're pretty affordable too.
Best first cars about right now, part 4. For number 4, we got the Volvo S60R. Very underrated and reliable. It comes with Volvo's too. Right now, part 4. For number 4, we got the Volvo S.
Okay. Okay, I changed my mind. I might get me a Volvo, nigga.
60R. Very underrated and reliable. It comes with Volvo's 2.5 liter turbocharged 5-cylinder.
Oh my god.
14.7 pounds of boost, pushing 300 horses and
I gotta take notes. I gotta take fucking notes, bruh.
295 foot-pounds of torque. Only comes with 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds.
The older Volvo wagons easily hit 400,000 miles. They'll eat a flood and probably parry a nuclear explosion. And some owners have already hit 1 million miles on theirs and are still going.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 1 million miles is crazy, bruh.
The highest mileage car in the world is still held by a Volvo, and it's been held by Volvo for quite a few years now. This guy's now at 3 million miles and still going, and I remember when all the news stations covered him when he hit his first 1 million, but now there are several owners in the 1 million plus Volvo mileage club. Like the Glazers and overpayers can keep hyping up.
I'm gonna have to look for that Volvo STR, bro. Is that what it's called? I'm gonna have to give me one of them.
The Hondas and
I'm
Toyotas.
not gonna lie.
But if you don't have a car at all and you are looking for a car, the boxy Volvos of yesteryear, they're probably going to outlive the end of humankind. So that's another good vehicle to look at. If you're not super obsessed with reliability and aren't scared to either learn to fix a car or just factor in a few more fixes and how much they're going to cost, then even used Ford Tauruses, Crown Victorias, or Chevy Malibus are something you can look at from what we now know as the golden age of automobiles, which is from 1995 to 2015. Anything after has too much planned obsolescence and is designed to fail because they want to keep shareholders' earnings and profit margins high. Anything older it actually lacks too many technology to be daily drivable for the average non-car person, because it either lacks safety features or it's just generally getting too old where maybe rust got to it and corrosion got to it, right? This isn't me talking down to anyone. This is me just...
That Volvo STR, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to get me that. I'm actually not joking.
Accepting the fact that 95% of car buyers who are watching are just shopping for cars as an A to B device, and they're not some hyper-obsessed car enthusiasts like me, and that's fine. So they should look at the 90s onwards era. Anything from that era, like I said, is where we've honestly kind of peaked as a society in terms of car manufacturing. There comes a point where I personally will give up some reliability for fun factor, especially if the gap is big enough. For example, I mentioned earlier in a previous video, I'm not scared of taking the cheaper car and fixing it up if I have to. The same goes for C5 Corvettes. If I spawn into this world later as a younger Gen Z and I didn't have the opportunity I had as an older Gen Z to buy my C7, because I will admit that's just pure luck, and I would not buy that car if I was born younger or had to buy a car in this economy. So I will be completely transparent about that. And remember, I've owned it for years, so it's like,
that's one thing I'm grateful for. That's actually one thing I'm very grateful for. Like, you know, like my dad, he gave me that the Jeep. It was originally his car. He gave it to me, and then he bought a new car. You know what I'm saying? But like, he gave me that one, and then I helped pay it off, the rest of what we had owed, to like pay it off, and now it's just mine under my name and everything, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
I think I deserve to be a little bit proud of it because, you know, there's a lot of people who just change cars on social media nowadays. It's pretty hard to be in my shoes, keep the same car, and still be not just relevant, but more relevant than ever, actually. I love you guys. You guys have completely thrown my channel insane heights. I'm about to hit 1 million subscribers. That is still crazy to me. But yeah, the C5, if I was born in this era and had way less income and went through this job market, I'd gladly rock an LS1 and an old C5 for like 12 to 15 grand all day.
That's it? That's it?
Gas mileage on these cars, still great. Reliability, still rock solid.
What?
It does make me happy to see Corvettes actually return to their usual depreciation curve because I want younger Gen Zers to enjoy owning a Corvette.
Oh my god!
And I'm glad that we're off of that weird boomer BS from pandemic to 2024 where everyone thought they had a one-of-one something special. I know I have no lowballers despite it being a car made in the multi-millions. These were never rare. Let's stop pricing them like they're rare collector items. It's probably not a good...
It's more of like a nostalgia factor to these old-ass niggas,
first car, but definitely a nice aspirational vehicle for someone to look forward to owning, since thankfully it's not annoyingly impossible to obtain these at the prices.
That Volvo STR, after I react to this video, I'm gonna have to look that shit up, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
But this right here, there is no debate. That is bull. You're charging almost $5K for 1/5 of a car.
For the final chapter, let's take a look at...
Hold on. Whoever's selling that shit, you ain't shit, nigga. You're not shit, bruh. You're not shit, bro. You ain't shit for that, bro.
Absurd listings to just lift the mood.
If you spend this bit money, you could rebuild the car. Shut the fuck up. I know he's one of them type of niggas too.
When it comes to used cars, especially in marketplace, it's an actual minefield for what you're about to stumble on. And damn, opening up this website never.
What the fuck is on my screen? What the? Yo, this looks crazy. Husband size pregnancy pillow. Like new women's booty.
Take a look at this insane homepage pull. A 45 grand replica Lambo kit built on a V.
Okay, that's actually sick as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Cadillac North Star. But geez, it's unfinished as hell. Definitely would not recommend buying this, obviously.
I wouldn't buy it until it's finished. But yeah, that's crazy.
I just find it funny that we can even find something like this. And I'm kind of impressed by its proportions. It actually has the stance of a Mercy. And with Mercy prices these days, maybe it might be worth someone... I never hate on replica cars if they're done well, since they can actually be driven on the road instead of stored in collectors' basements. I already whined about this in my consumerism slop epidemic, where I genuinely hate collectors treating everything as speculative investments because they've ruined all hobbies post-pandemic. Just listen to me yap more about it over there. It's cool to see more and more companies are actually licensing legal replica kits so customers can enjoy timeless classics with modern safety features and modern suspension and frame.
But that shit expensive as fuck.
It's no longer a toy exclusively for the rich because they've been scalping prices so hard where some of these supercars end up in the millions. Now, while we're on the topic of Lambos, I'm gonna just entertain this listing. It appears to be a custom lifted Countach replica, but get this is not a car. This is a constitutional.
Oh brother, Oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up.
It's apparently
There
built
we
on
go.
a 1989 Chevy Blazer frame, and it has a 350 Chevy V8, which is a really common
America!
swap for most replicas. Parts are plentiful for this engine type. It's great for parades, but also scaring HOA presidents and driving over curbs you don't
Okay, this is funny. I'm not gonna lie.
respect.
Okay.
Whatever. He's got some funny features listed. It's a
Okay.
good read. This is a good.
Yeah, this is a good
if you're
one.
he's willing to trade for literally anything. It seems kind of crazy. So for 25 grand, I think the picture speaks for itself. For 6 grand, you have this weird Volkswagen kit car. He's trying to turn into some supercar. It looks cool, but I think it needs a lot of work, especially for that price. Now,
Whoa.
for a third of that price, you can already buy this fully moving 2007 Honda Silverwing that's been converted into a land-based jet ski, and of
What the fuck?
Of course, this is listed in Alabama because this is the most Alabama thing I've seen my entire life.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you also have this Alfa Romeo Giulia that's going for like 16 grand. And hold on, pause.
What?
Am I on the crack pipe? Are they actually this cheap now, or is this like a down payment scam that usually happens on Facebook Marketplace? Give me a moment. Okay, so I googled it. Even though his listing is 50k miles and it's a 2021, which is only 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Turns out, yes, this is actually their prices now. So you can actually.
What?
You
Huh?
find 2017 models that are even cheaper than his listing. You can get this sedan that is newer than most Honda and Toyota sedans for the same price, but way more precise.
See, I hate being broke because it's like I want to be able to buy cars. I want to be able to like. Oh my gosh, bro, it's not fair, bro.
Prestigious. I know. Maintenance on these cars is going to be completely horrendous. But if someone is already going to make the dumb decision anyway, and people are already buying 100k plus trucks and SUVs to flex on people who don't even care, why not flex this Alfa Romeo for a fraction of that cost? Because even if it doesn't run half the time, just having it sit in your garage for 16 grand.
That shit gonna be sitting on the side of the parking lot, bro. That's what that shit gonna be doing, bro.
To show off to your neighbors, if you really care about image, is still an insane bargain.
Whoa, what the fuck?
If someone has FU money, you could buy this just as like a showpiece in your living room, because I didn't know that they're like this cheap now. And I did mention this in previous videos with BMWs and Mercedes and other luxury brands. They really do depreciate to dust, which is why I don't understand why TikTokers are loaning brand new BMWs and Mercedes for double the price due to 29% compounding interest rates.
That's the thing, like BMWs are nice cars, like the Beamers they're like really nice cars. I'd get it in like an M4 or some shit like that, but they're so expensive to fix, bro. They're expensive to fix,
Paying
bro.
damn near 200 grand on a 7-year loan, knowing full well 7 years later that car is going to be worth like 10% of that. I cannot wait for car guys to eat so good when TikTok moves on to the next trend, and when the car economy eventually crashes. We're
It
going to
will.
run out of stupid people eventually. We're running out of population, like I said with demographics earlier, right? Now the downside is these cars will be clapped to hell, because if they're owned by a TikToker, they're probably going to be really abused. But hey, if you're a real car guy, hey, just fix them up. Be a little patient. Take it to someone who can fix it up. And if you're buying them for a super cheap bargain a few years from now, maybe you should just have a few extra thousand prepared to do those maintenance, right?
Okay.
So to finally conclude this video, you can buy a freaking plane for the same price as used Toyota Camrys. If that's not the
What?
perfect encapsulation to showcase just how insane this market we're in is.
That's so crazy, bruh. A classic Bonanza, that's variable once overhauled carb is installed. Dude. This is ridiculous, dude. That's so crazy, bruh. This car market, this whole economy is dog shit, gang. I can't wait for this shit to crash. It will crash. And boy, will I be jumping in fucking joy. Oh my gosh, bro. But anyways, man, I'm gonna end this video right here. I hope you have a good breakfast, a good dinner, good night, man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, hey, look, I would love to get some of these cars, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I would love to, bro, but I can't, bro, because I can't afford it, bro. It doesn't matter. We gonna be good, bro. We all gonna make it through together. We all got this. We're all in this together. Yes. I love y'all, man. Peace.